car to throw. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
Nice job by the QB. You can tell they want to push it down the field. They want to be aggressive on first down, which I love, which is really hard to stop from a defensive standpoint, but does a good job scrambling outside the pocket, picking up the first down, and then saving his life. Good job. Get out of bounds.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Walton. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to...
Finding some room. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional.
Breaks into the open. Picks up the first down. At 20. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Great job by the back on the option.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Throwing, Mensah. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team. Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Mensah. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Such a great job by the defensive back, dropping beyond the sticks, understanding where the ball's going, breaking on the football. Great eyes, great vision, and great hands. Looked like a wide receiver getting that INT.
Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are,
the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Here's Carr to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Oh, he's got some space. He's run out of bounds, but they've got it now, 1st and goal.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Ready, go! Looking for a path to the end zone to the right.
After getting stopped on that 2nd down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on 3rd.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Now the toss. And they're able to make the tackle.
I like the way this offense is ending the first half. Like, putting a good drive together. I like the running down here in this area. You got to be physical in this part of the field. You've got a good lead. You got a chance to go in the half with more momentum, continue to run the ball, eat the clock, and put some points on the board.
4th and goal from the 3. Let's see what this offense can dial up from here. They'll run the option. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Well, this guy's dynamic, and he can hurt you in a variety of ways in the option game, and he had a chance that time to pitch it out wide if he wanted to, but he kept it himself. He shows you the wheels, takes it in for the score.
And they tacked on the extra point. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Looking for a crease, it's Fletcher. Works ahead for a couple, they'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Vaughn. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
And they dug themselves a hole in this football game. I get it. Obviously, defense has not played great on the other side. But this possession right here, man, this is big. Get the passing game going. Get a little bit of balance going. I think they need to score on this possession to take a little pressure off and kind of get that defense juiced up.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The hand to the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to the ground with the running back. Maybe some room here. The 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he finished with a 64-yard sprint to the house. Looking for blockers. The coverage team maintains its discipline, not much doing on that return. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Using his legs, it's Walton. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running inside. It's Mobley. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Carr from the gun on 3rd down. It falls incomplete and will change ends of the field to get things started back up. We've come to the end of the period and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll field the punt. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. On the delay, it's Fletcher.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's brought down. A short return to the defense comes out on top with a pick.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Going to the running game, and he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Motion from the wide receiver. He'll pull it down. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense here.
Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
This is exactly why 3rd down is practiced every single day. 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on 3rd down.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Run in the red zone, it's Mobley. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The run inside. It's Walton. Got enough space. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they take it in for 6 more points.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Hurricanes want to crank the tempo.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Gives it on the option. Turning it on. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
Running inside, it's Fletcher. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
What will they dial up on 2nd and 8? A long way to go. Using his legs, it's Pringle. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Canes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. The corners are walked up tight. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Sends it back in motion. Here's Mensah to throw. Got the quick pass. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. There he goes. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
He did a really good job on 3rd down, knowing where the sticks were, making sure he got past it. Listen, quarterbacks can get hit near the goal line punching in. On 3rd down, those are those situations where it's okay to put the quarterback's body on the line.
Run inside. It's Fletcher. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Keeps it on the option. Touchdown, Miami! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. That is a time window that oftentimes determines games, and you're seeing it potentially happen here. It was critical the offense was able to go down, drive the field, and score a touchdown here late in the first half, knowing they get the ball back first in the second half. And if they go out right away in the second half and good things happen, this game takes on a completely different feel.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Throwing, Carr. Pocket breaking down. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass, it's Carr. Here comes the heat. Pressure's there and he gets rid of it. Oh, it's picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
And what a great job by the defense getting the turnover, but also giving their team an opportunity to kick a field goal here now with just seconds to go in the half.
And it's 1st down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Between the uprights, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Perez. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. Let's take a look at the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the number 8 team, the Auburn Tigers. And it's the Tigers in real jeopardy of kissing that top 10 ranking goodbye. They're being punked right now, dominated in every aspect of the game, and we haven't even hit halftime. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mensah. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. They want a little extra time to think over this 3rd and long as we've got a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. The play action fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The Canes will try to pick it up on 4th down. Mensah. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions. Go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again. And the Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Canes! An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that drive covered just 44 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. So as soon as they step on the field here in the third quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He wants to change this route. They go right back to him. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25.
Down, ready. Black 88. Black 88. Level, level. Western, Western. Slug, slug. Freeze, freeze. Go.
Carr. Here's the pressure. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
No fair catches here, looking for room. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? The Hurricanes send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. On his way back from the 20. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. On the run, it's Walton. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13.
Ready, ready. Hey, move. Where did he go?
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on third down. To throw, it's Carr. Bringing the heat. And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's why I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you? Maybe go find him, because they're locked in on that star out wide.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Here's Mensah to throw. Floats it out in space. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Quick completion on the out. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And how about this offense, man? They put the ball in the hands of the guy they trust the most. Fourth down, needed conversion. You're wanting to salt this clock away. You want this game to end with you guys possessing the football. Big fourth down conversion.
Delayed handoff. It's Fletcher. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mensah. That's caught. It's Vaughn. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Hurricanes in the hurry-up. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Ready, go.
Right back to the well. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. Notre Dame now facing 3rd and inches. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
And I know everybody's looking at that clock as it ticks, and we're down a couple of possessions, but nice job getting the 1st down. But this offense has to stay in hyperspeed, right? Down 2 possessions, got to throw the football, use the sidelines, use the middle of the field, especially as you get close to that 2-minute mark.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He's got the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Here's Carr to throw. Here's a heat. And they got him.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. From the gun on 3rd down, Carr looking for a big play. He's got it down the field. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! Snagged it in the end zone and put points on the board. The Irish punch back. These 2 guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure. Makes the grab in their space. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Miami! Into the end zone with a breakaway score. The Hurricanes back on top.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field, uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quarterback may change this route.
Sweep.
Throwing, Carr. Pressure coming. He's got an open man. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big time pickup on that one.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
To the air, it's Carr. Under fire. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And we've already seen him make splash plays in this football game. He got the interception, the big pick earlier, now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, and doing the most important thing. When you get there, get home, and get him on the ground. He's got a pick, and now he's got a sack.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Rush is on him. Right on the money. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. Carr. Oh, they're after him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Spins away from the defense. Oh, my goodness, he's not even close to the first down marker, and they'll have to give up the football. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Mensah pulls it in. It's Vaughn. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. Notre Dame will now use its second timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Under fire. Lets it fly. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
28-29 bounce. 28-29. Jet. Go.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Walton.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Ready. Red 54.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. They're setting up the screen. The Irish use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You got to take shots offensively.
The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. Motion from the back. Might be calling a hot route. They're in the gun, 3rd down. Here's Carr. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th. Fires to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Here's Carr to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Graham. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
To the air again, Carr. He'll take the deep shot. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing